Good evening. It is Monday, August 25th, 2025. I'd like to call this regular school board meeting to order. Please stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, Superintendent, fellow board members, staff, and the community. Thank you for joining us this evening. Moving right along into the agenda. Board Superintendent, do we have any changes, amendments, additions, or deletions to the agenda this evening?
We have none.
All right. None from the board either? Perfect. Moving on then with the agenda as displayed. Approval of the minutes. Superintendent, do you have a recommendation?
I do recommend approval of the minutes from the regular school board meeting, August the 11th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Mathias, second by Dr. Luke. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes 5-0. We do have a very special guest this evening. Congressman Daniel Webster is with us, as long as his wife Sandy and his congressional aide Pam Jones. Congressman Webster, would you like to say a few words this evening?
I do. I just want to cheer you on. Congratulations. This is a copy of the Congressional Record. The Congressional Record was instituted with the Constitution, and it's in the Constitution that we have one, a record of the occurrences in the Congress each day. So this will be in there. Somebody, one of your grandchildren, want to look up about Lake County schools, they're going to find out you were honored this day. So congratulations. My first sentence was just, it is my distinct privilege to recognize Lake County schools in Lake County, Florida, for their outstanding achievement in earning an A rating from the Florida Department of Education for the school year of 2024, 2025. So congratulations to you and actually to the chairman and the board and your great superintendent who's done a fantastic job, and the staff in each of the schools, plus the principals, students, they all contributed to what a great year. It's been 17 years, I think, since you've had that distinction, and we're proud to say, way to go. You just did a great job. Awesome. Oh, 2 in a row is awesome, too.
That's always the goal.
Plan.
So anyway, great to see you. Got this. Maybe we'll take a picture here or something, do something to commemorate the fact that this happened.
Perfect.
Because we're really grateful for it, really thankful for it, and it's right here in Lake County, Florida. It's great.
Perfect. We'd love to meet you up front for a picture. Congressman Webster, thank you for your service and being here this evening. I had the opportunity to walk Fruitland Park with you a couple weeks ago, so appreciate you being involved in the district and all you're doing for us in Tallahassee, or DC. So thank you very much.
Yes, let's go ahead and get this picture with the board, and then I'd like all the staff to join after we get a quick picture.
Everybody get situated. Thank you again to Congressman Webster, his wife Sandy, and Pam Jones for being with us this evening. We appreciate it very much. We have no other representation this evening. Natalie, did we get any public input cards? All right. Seeing none, we'll move on to the rest of the agenda. Attorney report. Mr. Cole, do you have a report this evening?
No, sir.
All right. Easy enough. Moving on to consent agenda. Superintendent, do you have a recommendation?
I recommend approval of consent agenda items 901 through 1105.
So moved.
Second. Got a motion by Mr. Mathias, second by Mr. Dodd. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes 5-0. Moving on to the discussion agenda this evening. Item 12.01, public hearing, final approval of new policy. Mr. Cole.
Yes, sir. At this time, we open the meeting to a public hearing on final approval of new policy 9271, personalized education programs students. At this time, is there anyone who would like to have public input on the policy? Seeing none, we will close the public hearing.
All right. Superintendent, do you have a recommendation?
I recommend approval of 12.01, the public hearing for final approval of the new policy 9271.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Mathias, second by Mrs. Cunningham. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes 5-0. Superintendent, your report this evening.
Yeah, just one quick reminder that September 3rd, which is Wednesday, that's going to mess up your week next week, but of course Monday is a holiday. So Wednesday is a workshop where Ms. Randall will be presenting our 5-year capital plan, always a fan favorite. And we'll have a presentation regarding the updates on Eustis Elementary School. So that is Wednesday at our regular time of 9:30.
Okay. The third?
The 3rd.
Okay. There's guardian training, but it starts at 8, so I should be there.
Okay.
There's sessions throughout the day. I'm going to go to a later one.
No, I'm going to the 8.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we're all good. Just wanted to, of course, thank Congressman Webster for being here tonight. Always great to see him. He's visiting some other schools this week as well, so he's very actively involved in our schools, and we're grateful for his ongoing support. I just mentioned that Monday is a holiday for Labor Day, and also we had the pleasure last week of going to our new Fruitland Park school where Bless Fruitland Park, every year they make a donation on behalf of the community and that organization to Fruitland Park. This year they adopted Beverly Shores, which was very nice since they're in that building, and provided the schools a check for $26,000 for whatever purposes they choose. And there was another organization that joined them this year. It's called Project Legacy, and it is a new organization very similar to Bless Fruitland Park, and it's called Bless Rhymes. And it was brought to the school by some of the churches in the area, and it was intended to support Rhymes Early Learning Center, and they received a check as well. And so we're very excited to have these new organizations and just the continued growth in our community partnerships that is having a tremendous impact on our schools. So thank you to both of those organizations and to all our great business partners. This is week 3 of an incredible school year. We're already off to a great start, and just want to thank everyone for the great start, and we just know that things will continue to run smoothly. So that's all I have tonight.
Thank you, Superintendent. Dr. Luke?
I only had, obviously thanking the congressman as well for showing up tonight and for recognizing the distinction that we've earned, but I particularly was pleased about the inclusion of the staff. So I, as often as possible, noticing the work and the people that are behind the scenes in the work is really important, and I'm appreciative that he did that. I also wanted to just give 2 public service announcements. If you haven't filed your financial disclosure, you will begin to be fined on September 1st, and if you don't do that, someone from the Ethics Commission office will call you and remind you. So do that. And then the second thing is, last week I drove to Beverly Shores, and it wasn't until I got to Beverly Shores that I realized I needed to go to Fruitland Park. So those campuses, as much as we have talked about that, I pulled right up in there and went, okay. And that was really weird. So going to Fruitland Park and seeing the people from Beverly Shores, it kind of sent me in it took me a minute to kind of get my head wrapped around that space. So they're doing well. It was nice to be out there and to see how they've adapted to the campus, and they're excited for their new campus. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Mrs. Cunningham?
The schools that I visited in the last couple of weeks have been really going along well. It has been a pleasure to see the students in the classrooms and seeing them engaged with the learning. I've had an opportunity to be in some classrooms, and I have to say it brought back fond memories. I always get a bit sad on the first day of school because I feel like I'm missing out on something. But luckily in this position, I get to go, and then it doesn't feel like I'm missing out on anything. So I certainly want to congratulate the students and their parents for being ready to come back and for coming back prepared, and that has been obvious to me that students are very well prepared. And so I'm predicting that it's going to be a wonderful year. We are very encouraged and happy to see parents and students in the audience tonight. That's always nice. Please know that you're always welcome. Thank you.
Mr. Dodd.
I would also like to extend my thanks to the Congressman and for his support and really just how strongly we've been able to get this message out to the community that we are in a district, because I can't go anywhere without some random person congratulating us. And as much as I always would love to take the credit for that, really I know the testament of hard work is that staff right there. You know, as I had a chance to talk with many members of our staff before the meeting, I'm just always in awe of how talented these people are and how I learn something every single time I engage. And so I'm just always thankful for all those conversations, and hopefully you enjoy them just as much as I do. But, you know, and just thinking about why we do what we do, or why I do what I do as part of this, you know, I'm personally invested, as I think many of us are, or maybe all of us in some way, shape or form. But I've got my own kids in our schools, and this year I have a senior. So on that personal note, you know, help me navigate through that. Last senior was a couple years ago, and I thought that time would just go so slowly. But here it is again, and in the first couple of weeks have been filled with Friday night football games. Thank you, Eustace, for the hospitality. We enjoyed our visit there, and we've also, you know, done some senior pictures and painted parking spots, and it's just been a whirlwind. And I know, like, next week we'll be walking across a graduation stage, and so. Anyway, it's a lot of fun to see it through the kids' eyes and to experience it, and just to know, you know, that we are doing it for them, and that just makes this so much more rewarding. So.
Mr. Mathias.
From a business side, I want to also thank Congressman Webster for being here, Pam Jones, who's always been right at his side, and I think it's the first time I ever met his wife, Sandy. What an amazing couple, right? I had the first opportunity to get really what it means to be an A district. And of course, if you all remember a few meetings ago, Vance said it was about me, that I did it, which I did. No. But seeing our staff honored and all of our teachers honored is really important. But I had a new client come to my office, and they decided to open their restaurant in Lake County because of our schools. And it was the mom that pushed that decision. So they had an opportunity, either Ocala or Leesburg, and they actually decided Leesburg for the great work that we're doing. So right off the bat, you see that economic development is a huge component to why that's important. And it's great to be an A, but it's also to give parents the reassurance that their kids are going to get the education for them to succeed moving forward. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Mathias. Yes, kudos to Congressman Webster for being here this evening, and thank you to Pam for including staff in that picture. We do a little bit up here at the dais, but what staff, our teachers and students do every day is really what made that A. So I was happy for you guys to get some of that well-deserved recognition. As Dr. Luke made her way over to Leesburg, I also made my way over to Eustis last week. So wanted to give a shout out to Mayor Hawkins and Chief Capri. I got a call from some residents across the street from Eustis Middle with some long overdue challenges on car walkers, parking across the street from school to circumvent the car rider line. And Eustis PD was out there every day the last 2 weeks to really try to curb that behavior and get folks from a safety perspective using the car rider line or the actual walkers walking home. But that's been a long-standing issue that Eustis PD stepped up and really handled for us, so I want to give them a well-deserved shout-out for that. And all 9 of my schools have been rocking and rolling so far. I think the first 2 weeks have been smooth across the board, and really excited for the next 150-some-odd days to keep rolling. And as Congressman, how many days left? 169, thank you. Not that you're counting. I mean, you got, what, 4 more kids after that? So you're not done counting anytime soon. But as Congressman Webster said, year 2 of that A, I'm looking forward to getting that done and sustaining the success moving forward. But a huge kudos to everybody who's in this room that made that happen. Did we miss anything this evening? Any other comments before we adjourn? Any objection to adjourning? We are adjourned. Thank you very much.